All right, welcome back, folks. And we got the big Kelly night, right? So we got the court date today. It's going to be on the 14th. I'm not sure yet if we're going to have somebody represent us or if we're just going to go. I haven't made my mind up on that. I do know I just want to make sure I do whatever it takes to get rid of these motherfuckers because I haven't hated anybody this much in a long time. And it's interestingly been pretty silent.
Oddly silent.
Oddly silent. You haven't seen all these posts about, all these threats toward us and all this bullshit, right? So, I mean, hopefully they'll just get their shit and get out and not destroy the house. We'll have to wait and see.
Yep.
But I'm pretty confident we're going to win because they've defaulted multiple ways. The money wasn't here on time. They didn't actually get, I should have set it up so I could share that.
Yeah.
They didn't actually get homeowners insurance. They got renters insurance. Like they talk about how incompetent I am. Well, how stupid do you think I am? You think I wouldn't know? Oh, it's renters insurance. The whole point is so you have insurance to cover the house, and then that way if something happens, I still get my money, right?
Exactly.
Whereas if you'd have renters insurance, it just
hang on,
covers your shit. And what the hell?
I don't know. Did it just drop completely, or is it out? Is it my phone? If anyone in the comments can let us know what's going on, sorry, we're having a little bit of a broadcast issue. What's going on here?
It reconnected.
Okay, reconnected. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Can you hear us? Can you see us all?
Maybe internet's being goofy.
Said it froze.
Okay. I think it's back now. I just updated OBS, so that was probably the issue.
Probably.
That's the worst thing you could do right before you go live is reboot the or update the software.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Mom.
So
sorry about that, guys.
But yeah, so they, and they had this whole thing. Oh, we're paying, and they were trying to overnight the money or something, and nothing ever showed up yesterday. So
nope.
Guess what? Fuck you. You defaulted.
And back your shit. Water bill.
Well, yeah. Then there's the water. They just like to pretend that doesn't exist too, and that's that's got to be at least a month late now, maybe longer.
It was due on the 15th the first time I called. I called before it was due. I called multiple times. That was after it was due. I know basically the exact date that they
Gary
upped the charge. Good evening. Welcome all. Sorry guys if it freezes at all. We are dealing with some iffy internet at this time. Even the internet's mad at Kelly.
Yeah, I should have just restarted the damn router. I don't know, maybe it'll balance out now.
It's probably mad because I had my OBS and my streaming stuff set up and I just killed it. So it's probably my fault. Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's the thing, though. We should have plenty of bandwidth, but
yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, we'll work with it.
It is what it is.
Yep.
So we can get the internet company I work for in here, and then maybe we can get better internet.
That'd be great.
So, yeah, because I don't know, the metrics are really jumping around, too.
Yeah, I'm watching that with you.
We'll just blame Facebook for that one because, OBS seems to be working fine.
Yeah.
And it disconnected from Facebook and then OBS reconnected the connection. So.
Aw. Well, don't worry. I'm sure we'll be here for a while. And as you know, it'll be back on. It'll be on here for anybody that does miss it to rewatch it afterwards.
Yeah, we went back to the old strategy of recording locally. That way, if the stream's kind of fucky, anybody that wants to watch after, if you miss it, just watch the YouTube or Rumble video because that's the one recorded locally. So it shouldn't have, and obviously the issues are going to be at the Facebook level. Everything recorded locally should be fine.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so we'll have to decide whether we're planning on taking a trip up.
For March, was it May 14th? I almost said March.
Yeah,
sorry, guys.
It's a Tuesday. So.
Yep.
Because, I mean, I shouldn't have any issue getting off of work. I just, we're super busy right now, so I don't want to be like, hey, I need to take a day off to go deal with some fucking retards, but that's where we're at, so.
We live in the middle of the woods, man. We're lucky we have the service option that we do, honestly.
Well, that's the thing. When we first moved down here, we only had, 35 meg service, and now we got 200, so, and generally, it's pretty decent. I mean, if you can stream on it as much as you do, not have too many issues, it seems like it's okay now. So I don't know. It was probably just a bad connection with Facebook.
Probably. I was to say, I did 2 streams on Twitch today, and literally my first stream was just like, "Hi guys, this is how I figure out OBS, and we're gonna struggle together." It was a very unprofessional stream.
Cigar Mojo, where's that?
It's probably down in Florida. If I had to take a guess,
Oh, okay. Cool.
unless I'm reading that out of order. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Where is it?
Oh no,
Where'd the comments go, guys? I lost you.
we've lost it all.
Leave it to me. I always screw up technology. I'll just close it and open it up. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, I worked again all day, so I'm just like exhausted at this point. I did get 2 installs done there that turned out pretty well.
Very nice,
I got to
very
crawl
nice.
under 2 houses and run cable and stuff. It was great.
I got to yell at my computer all day while I figured out how to put an overlay on Twitch.
Still got some insulation in the lungs.
I hear that. You sound like me. I'm the smoker in the family. Jeez. On that note, thank
I don't
you.
even smoke, and my lungs are probably worse.
Probably for the amount of crap that you've had to climb through, crawl through, inhale, whatever. Oh, the cigar mojo disappeared. Oh, well.
Yeah,
well.
I'm like Bill Clinton. I don't inhale. So I know everybody's here for the update, and there's going to be like a million people like, "Hey, are we talking about Kelly?" Like,
I mean, if anybody has
Kelly's not
questions-
even talking about Kelly. You know, like, it's just.
Oh, yeah. I know where you're talking. Yeah, if anyone has questions, I guess we can open to questions at this point. The court date is May 14th. It's at 11:30. From what I understand, it is open to the public. So if anybody has time and wants to come sit in the back and watch this shit go down,
Yeah,
you're
so
welcome.
the plan is we'll have the court date. Hopefully, we get the ruling in our favor. Like it, and if we don't, like, I don't know. I think we'll be good because, like I said, they fucked up in a couple of ways. So
Yeah.
after that, hopefully, we can have them out in 10 days, and then probably gonna have to have. We're not gonna have time to go up and clean the house out or whatever. We'll have to pay somebody to do that. So if anybody does house cleaning or whatever, and wants
Feel
a
free to message
wants
me.
a quick gig, it'll probably because I'm sure they're gonna leave it a fucking mess.
Yeah.
But then after that, we're just gonna put it on the market, and you guys can go wild.
Yeah, matter.
So like I said, at this point, I really don't care how much more I make off of the house. I just want nothing to do with them. Like, if it's just been 2 years of bullshit, I'm tired of it. And they just, the way Kelly is, she just thinks she can do whatever the hell she wants. And she can do it, but there's going to be repercussions. So,
Exactly.
because I love the thing too about Tammy what was that comment she made yesterday about, I can't control the mail. It's like,
Yeah.
well, you only had 3 fucking months to make a payment. And you couldn't
Exactly.
do that. So.
Exactly.
Because first it was, oh, well, I want a public apology. And then that kind of went by the wayside. So.
We're catching charges, guys.
Yeah, that was the other. Well, you're going to have, you better check your mail because you're going to have some private criminal complaint charges.
Well, she better check her mail because, at this point, you don't show up. I mean, that's kind of...
Yeah, I mean, if they don't want to show up and just, give up, that's fine too. I wouldn't be mad.
Is it
Like-
wave the white flag? Wave
Yeah.
the white flag.
Slither away and fucking.
Back into whatever deep hole that you've crawled out of.
Oh, yeah, Gary used to live out in Claysburg, Queen area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's honestly like out in Queens, not too bad. I'd say we're even further out than that though.
Yeah, this is,
Like we're a couple miles back the back road.
It's a single lane road.
Well, what's interesting is the one guy stuff I was installing today. I was telling him that where we lived, and because like I've been all over the state whenever I was doing the medical deliveries and stuff, and everybody all over the state knows Derrick's Creek Road. And I guess back in the day that was actually like a main thoroughfare. As
Really?
crazy as that is, yeah, because you can barely get 2 vehicles down the road most of the road.
I want to do some research into that because that's really interesting. I heard the name of the road came from I guess the Derricks were back this way, but that was about as much as I knew. But I haven't.
Well, it was some settler. Like all these creeks around here are named after a person, like the first person that settled the land or something. That's generally how it goes.
Yeah.
But
Welcome to the sticks.
so yeah, if anybody's interested in the house, hopefully it'll be on the market here shortly. So
I have no idea. I know that multiple people have reached out to Kelly to offer her resources and information of places that she can go, but apparently she's just too good for all that and just kind of screams at them and so
Yeah,
I'm sure there is
everybody
a
owes her
resource.
something.
Yeah, apparently, careful, she helps you stand up. If you trip, suddenly you owe her for life.
Yeah. Or, if you went to a school board meeting and she just like destroyed your soul having to listen to her, whatever the hell that was.
Because that's what I'm betting on. She's going to go in there in front of the judge. All of her magical fake speech shit's going to come back. She's going to be pretending to be sick as hell standing there and wheezing. And it's just going to be an absolute shit show.
Well, it's like, that would be a thing if like you missed a month or two and you're like, well, I've been in the hospital. This has been 2 fucking years of this shit.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
with one of the times being when we went up there to visit and they weren't going to be able to pay the rent, but they were going out gambling that night.
Yeah.
Like, and I, back then I was like, what the fuck ever. Cause like I wasn't, this was what, October, I think, of 2022. October. So there had only been like a month or two prior to that. Cause like I think the first 3 months they actually paid on time.
Yeah. It started smooth and then all of a sudden.
And then after that, it just went to shit. So. Kunzers may have him.
At this point, I would be surprised if they can get a rental anywhere in the area because, I mean, realistically, it seems like she's never paid her rent on time.
Well, that'd probably really ramp up the hot dogophobia. So.
Oh, good.
But, yeah,
she's lucky food's not allowed.
Like I said, I'm pretty confident we'll do all right. If, it's just us in there representing ourselves, I'm just going to do some research and figure out exactly how I need to go in there and just...
Like you always do. We're
pretty good at, yeah. I mean, I can learn anything. Mm-hmm. And it's not like we're going up against, fucking
top-tier lawyers.
Alan Dershowitz or something here on the other side. It's just Kelly. And,
I'm pretty sure a 7-year-old could beat her in an argument at this point. Are you kidding me? That kid is vicious.
Well, and it's just like, the glorious thing is they waited to the last minute thinking they were going to be cute. And we'll just send them the last minute of the day of, because that would be like the gotcha, right? I got you. You thought I wasn't going to pay. And then they fucked themselves because they don't know how the mail works down here.
And not only that, they made it certified signature required. Yep. I'm not Christopher Irvin. Yep. I'm not signing for you.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm at work all day, so.
And the way mail works down here, you don't know if it's coming in the morning, in the evening. It comes at all times of day. The only time you know it's not coming is after 5.
If you overnight something, it's about 2 days, sometimes 3. Because we have stuff that we're trying to get in for these sites we're building at work. And like, we realize we don't have what we thought we did. And oh shit, overnight it. Well, it's going to be about 2 or 3 days. Yeah. So.
It's just the way the area is laid out. There is no direct way to get stuff as quickly as you need to, so to speak, unless you can literally like airdrop that shit, which thank God they don't do that yet.
Caleb made it.
Welcome, Caleb. I mean, they already try to cut the like trees above power lines and screwed that up. Like, I don't want them airdropping mail, guys.
Yeah, get the Amazon drones.
Oh, God. Can you imagine those down here? As many hillbillies down here. I saw a post on the community page earlier. Someone's like, there's this drone flying back and forth on this road. Anybody know what's going on? And someone's like, I'll shoot that son of a bitch if it flies over this way. Like, people down here are suspicious of everything like that. So, like, nah, first Amazon package, that thing's gonna have so many bullets in it.
That's funny.
That'd be funny as shit.
Well, that's, you know what? We could take the drone up with us and get the drop box and just throw some hot dogs in there and just, like, throw them on the windshield.
Oh, yes, that'd be amazing.
Prove it was me, bitch. Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, I'm not worried about...
Well, and the best part is they just thought, you know, oh, we're good. We're not packing anything and do... Well, you're kind of in a little bit different situation now.
That's probably why she hasn't actually been on here the last day and a half. They actually are probably finally packing.
Well, and like I said, if by like some anti-miracle they managed to get to stay another month or something...
The minute it's late, slap onto the door.
I am just, like I said, yeah, it's going to be balls to the wall. Like, I'm not going to stop because they're going to miss a payment and they're going to be fucked.
Well, especially now that Tammy took out that freaking loan to pay the back pay. So, like, they're going to be garnishing her checks for that.
Yep.
They already can't make a regular monthly payment. They already can't apparently pay for the water bill. Apparently, they don't know how to read either, since they got renter's insurance instead of homeowners. Because I also, like you, agree that they probably canceled that shit right away because they can't afford insurance. They can't afford anything except for their lobster steak and gambling and
that's
all
the thing,
the other dumb shit they blow their money on.
Some people would suggest, oh, they might not be able to get homeowners insurance because their name's not on the deed. Okay, well, that's a conversation we could have had like a year and a half ago. You don't wait until the day when you're in default and you know damn well that you haven't even tried to get the fucking insurance.
Exactly, because the last live, when she called in, she even admitted they didn't have insurance. They haven't had insurance, that they didn't pay last year's taxes back to you. And then the way the last message was worded to you, they apparently didn't pay this year's taxes either.
No, I'm sure they didn't. Why would they?
No, that would be responsible in adulting.
Well, and the interesting thing is, too, with the, the way the taxes were, but also, like, for the homeowners, because I was thinking about this. I'm like, okay, so let's say they're by contract, right? They're responsible. So technically, I could have got a policy in my name, and then they could have paid me for it. How the fuck do you think that would have worked out? The same way it did whenever the internet was still in my name. And I did that as a favor to them. And it was like pulling fucking teeth to get the rent money and the money for the internet. And then last year when there was the big blow up, and the best part is, guess what's coming to court, Kelly? You got what, 3 or 4 months, I think it was, when your son paid? Mm-hmm. Now you can make whatever. Kind of makes you look bad that you had your son had to pay your rent for you 3 or 4 months in a row. I don't remember which one it was. It was one of the two.
We'll double check so we have the
I think he
number.
might have paid the internet and then like 3 months of rent. Maybe that's because I had
what it
4.
Was. There was a weird.
There was 4
payment.
transactions. Yeah,
I believe that's what it was.
So
that's what I thought, because there is it's a contract to own. Is that what the contract was? Yeah,
there's a sale contract you can get. Well, that, like Jamal said, that's what it would be. Is they would. It's a what's the word I'm looking for? Unique circumstance to where, yes, normally the deed has to be in your name, but because of the terms of the contract, they could then get the homeowners. And I even remember discussing this with Kelly, like, it's a long time ago.
Yeah,
like, this isn't news.
Mortgage. Yeah, it's no different if you have a mortgage, you still have to have homeowners.
Yeah.
Like, the deed's not in your name yet whenever you have the mortgage. It's in the contract that you are going to own it.
Well, when you buy, technically it is. They turn the deed over, but it's in your name, but the bank gets it until you pay the house off.
Okay.
And then apparently now they just send it down to the courthouse. You don't actually get it.
Oh, God. Interesting. See, the more we know.
Yeah.
I don't pretend to know
He's
exactly.
He's so incompetent. Yeah. Like, and that's the thing. Year and a half, 2 years ago, I would have worked with them on this shit. But by the way things went last year, I was basically, like I said, I didn't want to have to take days off of work because back then I didn't have vacation days. Mm-hmm. So I would have been losing money on that, losing money on whatever I had to do to sell the house. Because, everything costs money. I probably have to put the utilities back in my name till it's sold, all that kind of shit. So I didn't want to deal with it. And my thing was, I was just like, well, I'm not signing the house over to him until everything's paid in full. Right. And then that's why I just paid the taxes last year, because I just had them go to my parents' house, because when I bought that house, I was still in the service. So I had all the mail just go to my parents' house in case like something important would show up. They could call me like, hey, by the way, whatever. And I just never got switched back whenever the taxes would come out. I used to go visit my parents like at least once or twice a month, if not every weekend, depending on what my work schedule was.
By the time I met you, you were there every weekend. You'd start at your parents and go to your grandparents.
Well, yeah, that's usually what we did. So, and obviously we don't get to see everybody near as much now because we're down here. But so that's why the taxes. So when I talked to my parents about it, they're like, well, do you want us to send them to I said, no, just send them here. I'll fucking pay them, because I'm already thinking maybe I'm going to have to take the house back. So why not just get the taxes out of the way? Because I'm going to have to do that anyhow.
At least then they won't be late and you won't have the
So here we are a year later, and they apparently think they didn't need to pay me, but all of a sudden they're like, oh no, we have the money.
My question is it's just been tax time. Where the hell did all their tax money go?
Well, he's right about that too.
That is very true.
You're basically, you're always paying
the government,
paying rent for your land anyway.
Yeah.
Well, and it goes by everything on the property. So yeah, you're just paying rent so the Altoona School District can build a new school.
But they can't afford paper. I think I saw somewhere the other day there was a paper shortage for the high school.
Yeah, I saw something about that.
I keep light tabs, not very heavy tabs, but light tabs. If it scrolls across my screen and it looks interesting, I'm like, hey.
Well, that's one thing. Kelly was always one of those build the school people, and what the fuck she cares? She's not going to pay the taxes. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's the thing. I don't get why she goes to these school board meetings when she doesn't have kids that are in the district. She doesn't have kids that are in school. Like, she doesn't pay the taxes. Like, she just
well,
goes, I think, to talk, to hear herself speak.
that's what it is. She wants to be somebody. That's why every year she'd run, because I could never figure that out. Like, I didn't really care. Like, that's up to her. But every year, like a week or two before the election, she'd be like, "Oh, I'm running as a write-in," and didn't even like have signs or anything like that. It's like, well, if you want to be on the school board, like, why don't you run a serious campaign? It's just school board. Like, you don't have to do anything super
that would
crazy.
have taken effort.
Exactly. And she doesn't want to do that. She just wants to have the notoriety of, oh, well, I ran for school board, even though, like, you can't really count that as a, if you're going to do it right, and you got to do it like Kurt did over in Huntington, where, which unfortunately, it would have been nice if he could have knocked Reeder out. Cause,
It would have been really nice because he
yeah,
was definitely my vote.
I've heard a couple of people already saying about how the trouble Reeder's causing over there. So,
Shocker.
yeah, can't say we didn't, so we told you so.
Yep. And at this pace, probably, and at this point, I have wondered if that's not a better idea. Because some of the things that our little one comes home saying just makes me go, what? Huh? Hold on, let me clean my ears. Repeat that?
Yep.
And then I have to go sit in the corner and contemplate things on how I'm going to address that situation. School has gotten really weird, in my opinion. I know we're down here, so it's a little bit different, but like school in general is way different from what
Well, but it's like no matter where you go, you have these people that just think, because, well, I went to college and now I'm a teacher or principal or whatever, that they're like God. And it's like, fuck off, dude. Like, your entire life has been in the education system. So, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of teachers that have real world experience, but
you can tell the ones that don't because they still act like the high school kids that they're teaching.
Yeah, it's just...
Sorry, I thought I heard something whining, and I wanted to make sure Bean wasn't having a nightmare and came down, or if it was the dog snoring. Yeah. Probably the dog snoring.
Maddie's content, so...
I'm such a terrible parent that even with a headset on, hearing myself speak into it, I literally think I hear a whine that could be my child, and I'm like...
Well, the other night, I think there was a bird or a bat or something that flew into the door back, and you just heard, "Bud!" And I was like... ready for it to go down,
I need to remember to get stickers for that door because birds really like that door.
What's like 99.5% of the time when the driveway alarm or one of the other alarms goes off, it's just like a deer. But I always check the camera because there's that like 0.5% chance it's like somebody's looking for a bad day.
And on the weekends when I'm feeling a little toasty, I don't wait for him to check. I just grab one of the bamboo swords and I'm like, let's go. Is that fun?
Jesus Christ. There'll just be like Mittens out there and she'll be, why?
Honestly, I'd be excited if I went out one of those days and it was Mittens, because Mittens would probably just be like, human, I also have claws I respect. Now give me tuna, bitch.
Yeah, everything, it's just a big fucking game, and it's the people like Kelly that do everything they can to avoid paying bills and just want pity and sympathy. And I mean, she's too lazy to even get on disability. Exactly. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. I mean, and like, oh, I'm so sick. I can sit on Facebook all day. It's like, if you're that sick, you can spend that amount of time on Facebook. Be one of those survey people where there's remote work that you can literally sit on your ass and do and still make a passive income. For heaven's sake, I have Crohn's. I can't work a regular job because my stomach is like, some days it's good. Some days it feels like it's trying to be gutted out of my belly with a spoon, So
Caleb said he's in the woods behind her house. Well, they actually
come knock, man.
They actually cut down a lot of the woods on the one side, which really pissed us off.
Yes.
And we had to, we basically ran like the tree people out of here the one day.
Oh, I went out because they started marking trees, and I told them to get the fuck off my property or else it was not going to go well for them. And they tried to pretend they couldn't speak English, and I knew just enough Spanish because I double-checked it with my sister-in-law, and I managed to actually pull off the same phrase. Don't ask me now, I don't remember. I literally repeated it over and over again to make sure I could do it right and screamed that at them, and all of a sudden they scattered. I was not a happy camper, but if you're out there, feel free, knock on the back door. We got cookies, we got some White Claw we can share, coming.
Juggling wieners. Well, she swings all ways around, so can't limit it to wieners.
But. Oh God. The Joff is in town enough, I'm sure they take her.
Yep.
Where I was going with the rain is even with my stomach stuff, I'm still not content just to not work anything at all. I found a different hustle. It's going small now, but for Christ's sake, I'm getting paid to play video games.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than nothing. At least I'm freaking trying. And it's not like that's the only income I bring into the house. I realistically don't have to do much other than clean and cook.
When you're with your fucking ex, you basically paid all the bills.
Oh, I did pay all the bills. I paid everything and I worked.
All he did was drugs and burn money.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd show up at my workplace and then burn my check in front of me, basically on freaking lottery tickets. And like, it got to the point where we were all asking the manager, it's like, are we allowed to deny him the sale? Like, what excuse can we use? Because like, this is some horse shit. God, I do not miss those days, and I hope he's under a rock where he belongs somewhere. He disappeared off the face of the planet last I checked, and that he can stay that way for all I care. He's not really a bother at this point. He's karma and life in general will get him. There's enough people in all the counties and state and out of state and surrounding states that want his head on a platter, so I ain't worried about it.
Answer. You can't be cold.
It's like 80 degrees.
Yeah, it's like 80 degrees out here. It is insanely hot down here.
We have our AC on. We have a fan blowing. We have all the things closed just because the sun beating on that door does make it warm in here. I'm in shorts. I'm still like low key sweating. That light alone is making me hot right now. I'm always cold.
Usually around like 7 or 8, it starts to cool off a good bit. But as we get into summer, like the humidity, I mean, it does the same thing in Pennsylvania too. The humidity just hangs at night.
Yeah.
And down here we have like a ton of fog because when I went over to do I had an install at 9 o'clock this morning, and some of these we're doing before the tower's actually up. We're basically just we're getting the install done, so when the tower's up, we can just flip it on and it should work. I like to only do the ones where I can see the tower, and point the antenna that way and know that we're going to be able to get a signal. So I get there and it's like foggy, just like so foggy, it was ridiculous. 10 minutes later, it was like perfectly clear and you could see everything. So I was like, whoa, lucked out on this one.
It is I think it's the mountains around here, because as soon as the sun dips, it gets real cool. And in the mornings, when it's real foggy, it is.
Barter's in there too.
Sun clears, it's nice again. I don't know who some of these people are, but welcome.
Picturing the wiener.
Wiener gate.
I like, because I actually, that first part where because she goes through like a lot of, it's almost like she just compounded a bunch of shit and like created an event.
Yeah.
When you listen to it, because it's like all these little things she just put together into one. But I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, who in their right fucking mind? Now, granted, like maybe she is losing it a little bit. I don't know. But like, you're in that condition, why in the hell are you going to go to a school board meeting and just have like a meltdown? Like, that's just dumb.
You'd save much more face by not going, and then people finding out that you're actually sick, and they would respect that you're taking time to take care of yourself versus coming in and having a freaking mental episode in front of children.
Yeah. They
don't need to be hearing that and seeing that kind of shit. Like, for someone who's so about defending the kids, like, you knew there's kids at that school board meeting. You could see them. You even brought up about the people behind you that can't be seen on camera. You were well aware of the audience. What the hell is wrong with you? Like, at this point now, the list would be way too long. I don't have time to hear it, but oh my God.
Yeah. It's wild.
We'd be here till Christmas.
It is wild. Yeah, the stream's been looking.
Yeah, it must have just.
I don't know what the hell is going on. I was messing around. It was like. Like
pulling a Kelly.
The meth god was like, fuck you guys, making fun of Kelly.
Make sure that this was, going to fit the niche that he wanted.
It's all ogre now. Yeah, so I guess that's pretty much all. Oh, do you want to show your plushie off?
Hi. Okay, side note, I'm stupid excited about this. Anyone who recognizes Uncle Roger, he had this exclusive plushie for pre-order a little while ago. Not gonna lie, I completely forgot I bought it. So it showed up in the mail a couple days ago, and I've been obsessed. And then another one showed up in the mail the next day, so I gave it to Bean. But it's pretty cool.
I still think you ordered too.
Shh. We're just gonna say.
But it's really weird they showed up on different days though.
That was really weird. I double checked. I only have one charge on my card for it. No, I'm not complaining.
Oh, honestly, for all the politicians that I've known, like I think Scott's pretty. I'm not getting into Scott versus Jim Gregory thing because
we're here for the Kelly situation
with Central. Fuck you, Kelly. I had to get that one in there. So,
but of course,
Scott. Oh, poor Scott.
Appreciate.
He's getting his balls busted.
We're sorry, but thank you for joining anyway. I'm sure you anticipated
welcome
this.
To politics.
Let's see. Does anybody have any other questions? Any other comments that they want to add? Any fun Kelly stories that they want to chime in? Do we want to open the line for any calls?
I don't know if the calling thing really works with the page.
Okay, I mean,
because like I don't know, we'll have to fuck around with it and figure it out. Because like I said, I got the Magic Jack thing, like I renewed the subscription, but I guess it was mad at me because I canceled it at one point or something. So I paid for another. It's only like $5.99 a month, but it's $5.99. You guys know I'm a fucking cheap ass. Like, I'm not paying for a service I'm not going to use or that doesn't work. So, and honestly, it was always annoying because I don't know why the volume was just. It was like I constantly was playing with the volume button.
Sometimes you'd call in and it would be like blow your
yeah,
eardrums
it would like
out, and
blow
other
yours,
times
and then other times you can't hear it at all. So.
sometimes it's like Bean when she has something unimportant to say, but she screams in your ears.
Yeah.
And other times when she actually has to tell you, like, hey, there's a wasp, or the toilet's overflowing, or, hey, Mom, there's a problem.
Oh, shit. Kylie made it.
Welcome, Kylie.
I think Scott just had like a life revelation. I'm true. It's a politician. Oh,
Welcome. This is now a therapy session. You're safe. This is a safe space here.
Yeah.
No judgment zone, unless you're Kelly.
Yeah. Then all the judgments.
All the judgments.
All the judgments.
Because all the Salomon does.
Yeah.
That'll be the next thing.
Judgments, though. That's definitely happening.
Yes.
You will be judged.
Judgment. I love how Maddie's been like wired all day, but the minute we get on here and like start going off about Kelly, she's like completely out. Not out, but like she's so content right now. She's like, oh yes, Mom and Dad are screaming about something. Peace has been restored. Welcome. Hello, how are you?
Jesus.
It's actually, my phone's actually keeping up with this
Yeah.
now. Everything
But
finally.
I think everything just
yeah,
like ironed out, but I don't
there was
know
a
what
little bit of
going
lag
on.
between the phone and the PC and OBS, so it looks like everything's a little cohesive. That's why you see our eyes all over the screen. We're looking here, we're looking there. We're trying to make sure we're not missing anybody or anything.
All kinds of shit going on.
I hope everybody had a great Wednesday on the side. No, I know I've been beaming all day long. I've been quite excited. And it's just going to keep getting better.
All right, so all we got for you guys tonight.
Unless anyone has any final questions, speak now or forever hold your peace until the next imminent meltdown.
Shouldn't take too long.
We'll have to put a poll up on how long we think it'll take.
Yeah. Yeah.
And thank you guys for engaging in the poll so much. It really does make it fun for everybody, I think. Makes it fun for me, at least.
Predictions.
It's also nice to see how close people get.
It's like the Punxsutawney Phil of Kelly.
Yeah, basically.
Will Kelly see her shadow on the 14th or not?
Will she see the pavement hit the ground?
Yeah.
That'll be the other thing, depending where the... is that going to be held at the courthouse, or is that at, like, the magistrate court?
No,
or?
it's at D'Antonio's office.
Okay.
It's right beside the 911 center. Or I guess technically it's the same building.
You could see how familiar I am with, how the different court stuff works.
Yeah, I don't think that's something that really goes to the bigger court. That's just you go in front of the magistrate and they're like yay or nay. And
Kylie has something she'd like to mention.
Oh,
so is she
boy.
paying us back? She allegedly was, but she's already in default. She had her chance. 3 months a chance to pay. So
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes, that's why. Sorry. To those of you who are still there, I am sorry. To those of you who still like it, sorry if I offend you, but
Kylie
fair.
just got promoted to Captain Obvious. So.
I hope everybody has a great rest of their Wednesday. We will keep you guys updated on the pages as we know things. If anything else major happens, we'll go live again. If you like hearing us ramble about stuff, I'm over on Twitch every day but Wednesday and on the weekends unless something fun happens. If you enjoy watching video gaming, I'm doing some building on Sims tomorrow and some other random games and whatnot. So yeah, I'm over on Twitch if you want to see me throughout the week. If not, we'll be back when we're back on here.
Yep. So we will see you guys in the next one, and I'd say at the very least we probably won't do a live the day of court because we're gonna have to drive back down here.
Yeah.
So, and I'm assuming it'll probably be later. I don't know. Maybe we will. We'll see what
I
happens.
will put my Twitch here. My Twitch, I'm just going to type the name of it while I look for the link since we're wrapping this up, and I know it's going to cut me off, but the Twitch is Warp Turtle Speed. Yes, it's exactly what I said. And I will look for the link real quick, if you don't mind.
That is the name.
The Warp Turtle. All right, I just found it. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry, guys, I know I'm delaying this, but for anyone else who is interested, I'm going to put a link, and I'm going to pin it in the comments. And if anybody ever has a game suggestion,
And you can tell she's been doing streaming. She's dragging it out
Oh, yeah.
every
And if
second,
anybody-
every click, every view.
Oh yeah, and if anybody ever has a suggestion on the game to play, if I have it, I will try it. I have Xbox, Switch, and PC, so if you ever want to game with me, that's also an option. Okay, I'm done now.
Yeah, I do some gaming in the evening sometimes too. But
I like screaming at GTA and blowing everybody up.
yep, that's how it goes.
Oh,
I just pretend they're all Kelly, and I'm like,
Splash one!
yeah.
And on that note, have a great night, guys. Until next time, adios.